Pikachu here. Welcome back to another video, and in today's video we are showing off this. This is my Pokemon tin collection, and it's kind of grown to become something that's really large. I'm kind of embarrassed to like show this off. But yeah, basically every time that I've opened a tin, I've kept it ever since I was young, and like some of these tins, like this one right there, and then there's like a Regigigas level X one right there, and we've got like a Darkrai level X one. Anyway, some of them are pretty old, and they don't have YouTube's, I did not record videos for YouTube for those tins because I was like in first grade when I opened them up, and so ever since then I've kept like every single tin I have ever opened, and so, well, there's a lot of them now. There's like, look at all the Pikachu tins, like, anyways. So, I thought it'd be kind of cool to show you guys some of the artwork on the tins because, you know, the front of the artwork is sort of different for all of them, and some of the side artworks might repeat, but the front artwork is kind of cool, and I thought it'd just be kind of interesting because some of those older tins, you don't really see YouTube videos on them, and you haven't probably seen them in a while. So anyways, I thought it'd be kind of cool. I do have all the tins that you guys sent me as well, like that green one right there is like covered in green tape. That was sent to me by one of you guys, and there's I think that one right there was also sent to me, and there's a whole bunch of other ones. But anyways, that's what we're gonna do. So here's the first one, a Volcanion one. So the Volcanion, the Pikachu, and the Magearna tin were all released at the same time, and yeah, so that's what they look like. And the rest of them on this side here are all the Pikachu tins. So we go ahead and make a little stack of them so we don't get too like disorderly. And yeah, I guess I can just show you guys them. So this one is the Yveltal one. It was released as Yveltal and Xerneas, and then at the bottom we just have the energies. For most of the other tins, they were released as like trios. For example, like Suicune, we got the Entei, Raikou, and Suicune at the same time. But the Yveltal and Xerneas was one of the few tins that was released as just like a set of two. So I guess I can go ahead and show you guys the other ones that are part of the Entei, Suicune, and Raikou stash. So we got Entei, and then let's see if we can find a Raikou. There's a Raikou right there. We can swing that guy out, and that is what the Raikou tin looked like. So yeah, I did open up a case of these, and so back in the day, cases of tins actually had 9 instead of 12. So yeah, that one, and then these right here, they're all part of that. So anyways, there's that. And then we also have a Deoxys tin. This was released with Lugia, Thundurus, and Deoxys, and I kind of have that on backwards. The top of the Pokemon tin is that right there, so I have the lid on backwards. But anyways, that looks cool. I really like that. I did not ever open up the Lugia one, but I feel like I would really like to do that one day because they look really awesome. Then here is a Mewtwo tin. This came with a Mewtwo level X. This is another tin that was only released as 2. There's 2 different versions, and then we got like these bubble things at the top, so that's kind of cool. And here is a Darkrai EX tin. This one was actually really cool. I pulled a secret rare Executor from this tin. It was the very first secret rare I ever had. It was a really cool experience. And then this one was sent to me by one of you guys. This one spent like a ton of money to ship this all the way from Canada, and they like covered it up in tape, and it like seriously showed up in the mailbox like this. Like there was not, it wasn't like a package within a package or anything like this. They literally just like sent the tin through the mail. I thought it was kind of interesting. But yeah, crazy experience. This one is another one sent to me by one of you guys. This is an Emboar tin. And they also released Superior and Samurott along with this trio. I believe this is the trio that had the holo promos rather than like EX promos or anything like that. So, yeah. And then we also have the Swampert tin, and there was also a Blaziken and a Sceptile released with it. I do believe I have the Blaziken, which if I do, you'll see it in a second. I don't think I ever opened up the Superior one though, but we'll have to check. And then here's the Rayquaza, and then they also released the Hoopa and then the Latios with this wave of tins. And then there's another Raikou, which is kind of a repeat for you guys. Here's the Xerneas. I think this is one of the most prettiest tins ever, to be quite honest. It's so nice, and I just realized that we have terrible focus action right now. There we go. There, that's a little bit better. Anyways, yeah, Xerneas tin. Again, it was released with the Yveltal tin, which I showed you guys earlier. And then we got, ooh, this one. This is one of my favorite tins right here as well. Keldeo. It was released with White Kyurem and Black Kyurem. And yeah, Keldeo, favorite Pokemon. I like the tin artwork. I was not a huge fan of what the promo card looked like. But yeah, anyways, there's that. And then here's the Suicune, which you guys saw earlier, Raikou, and then there's Gyarados. And this Gyarados, this front here, originally goes with a tin that's supposed to be a lot shorter. It was released with Gengar and Machamp, I believe. So I only have the Gyarados one. But yeah, this is not what the bottom looks like. Someone just sent this to me, and I just stuck the top onto this. But yeah, anyways, there's that. And then here we have, ooh, this one's cool, an Infernape tin. And it was released with Infernape, Torterra, and Empoleon. Again, I use some of this stuff as like storage, and so what I do is I have them all lined up so then I can see what's in them. So anyways, yeah, there's that. Here's the Torterra. Oh gosh, oh no, they've fallen over. Torterra, and oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right, there we go. We'll just set that right there. And then we have another Torterra. This one is not the proper bottom because this has like Dialga, Shaman, and a Giratina. So I think those were all released as Level X promos, I believe. And then here is the shiny Yveltal. So yes, there are two different versions of the Yveltal tins released so far. So there's shiny versions, which was released with Zygarde, Yveltal, and Xerneas X, Y, and Z. And then there's also the regular Xerneas and Yveltal tins. Here's the Latios tin. We saw this earlier with the Rayquaza tin, and then we should be seeing a Hoopa tin very soon. Here's the Zygarde tin, which goes with the shiny Yveltal and shiny Xerneas trio that we were talking about earlier. We got another shiny Bacon Bird, the shiny Y, and then here is the Hoopa tin, which I think looks really nice. And then we have a Blastoise tin right here. This was released alongside a Charizard and a Venusaur EX, and I remember opening this up for a pack battle actually back in the like Toys NCN days, so it has been a while. Same for this Delphox tin. It was released with Chestnut, Greninja, and then Delphox is right there. This used to hold sleeves and now it's empty because I sleeve too many things. And then here we have another Mewtwo tin. Again, when I was young, these were the only products that I ever bought, just tins. Because like whenever I opened up packs, like I never seemed to pull EXs. Looking back, I feel like there's no way that the packs in my areas weren't weighed. Like I feel like someone just came into the store and like weighed all of them, because I went through so many packs and I never pulled a single holo or a single like level X. Like I remember very clearly, like it never happened. And I only pulled holos and stuff out of tins, and so either they had really bad pull rates back then, or I got really unlucky. But anyways, there's that. So shiny Xerneas. I can't remember if we showed that off yet already. And then here's another Yveltal. Man, I opened up so many of the Yveltal tins. I feel like I really like that card too. Ooh, this one's cool. Darkrai tin. Look at that. Oh, that's gorgeous. And this was with the Dialga, Darkrai, and Palkia. Man, I wish I opened up a Dialga one. That would have been cool. And here we have a Regigigas tin. Which was also released with the Heatran and the Regigigas. So it looks like back then they used to do a lot of the tins where they only had 2 of them. I feel like now most of the time they release them with 3. Oh my goodness, this one here is a Lucario one, and it was like only Lucario. Like there was nothing else released in this wave, and it's kind of like an interesting tin. Like if you look at it, if you look at the design, it's like it's different than the other ones, and like the lip, there's like a little lip right there that like comes out, and I don't know, it's like it's interesting. The build of the tin is definitely different. And also if you like pop this open, which I don't think, see there, you can see it, it's like there's like a little line right there, and you don't see that on any of the other tins. But so yeah, anyways, I don't know, that might have been a special one or something, I don't know. But here we have an Empoleon Level X, which again was released with the Infernape, the Torterra, and then the Empoleon. And here, this is what, a Rhyperior, I believe. And then this is again released with the Mewtwo. So yeah, that was my entire tin collection. It's kind of large and crazy, and I like it. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye guys!